Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just
his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, VJ. Scouting your opponent, not just a prayer for the coaches, too, and seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize the early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So he's picking up where he left off last week. A tackle for loss there. And remember, coming off the end a week ago, 4 of them.
And I like how you said picking up, because that means he's probably using his hands really well. I know people don't think about it a whole lot. He's got to use those to control the people trying to block him, shove them, and get to the ball carrier in the offensive backfield.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Felton.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down. He's a gain of 17 yards. Let's go. And the Vikings first down.
Up the middle they go. Middleton trying to run inside, but nothing there. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Now McCarthy.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
a gain of 11. That's another Vikings first down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Man over the middle, and it's complete.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of one.
And they'll run again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Vikings.
They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
He's still on his feet. How about this? Racing to the end zone.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey Benson
With touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Shipley.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, look at this Arizona defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
they'll give it to Shipley. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Completes this to Anderson out left.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Vikings.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
picked off by Mac Wilson. And the Cards are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's McCarthy. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
On play action, it's Murray. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Murray now going to do it himself. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Throw left side complete. That's Weaver. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Murray. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Murray now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the right side goes Shipley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
To the air with McCarthy. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but he does make it through. And they'll cut this to a 17-point spread. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That's taken in by Weaver. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Murray. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard. Just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And the Vikings, first down. A gain of 15. First down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Shipley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So first and 10 now from the 30. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Cardinals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
McCarthy's pass intercepted.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, look and repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They run over center with Benson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Murray now.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
40-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
This is taken in by McBride.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey McBride,
23 yards for the touchdown.
and the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Vikings 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
A little juke.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Will Johnson. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half.
52, Vikings 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And fighting down inside the 25.
And out a little across the 20. 5 to the 27.
Their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A final shot before break. McCarthy looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Looking to put a drive together. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go now.
They'll go again with Benson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime and trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready? Ready, right?
Now a handoff up the middle. Stovall. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well, I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
4-yard gain.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now McCarthy. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he's unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Here's a give left side for Shipley.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now McCarthy.
And that will be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here. And as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Open man here is Benson. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to get a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them is the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Got a man, and he puts him in stride. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. McCarthy operating from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 30.
Once again, it's Shipley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 39 yards. And the Vikings are able to claw one back. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready,
Looking to put a drive together.
Hello.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Trap 60.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Alert! Alert!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. They're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Ready.
A give up the middle to Benson.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Here we go. Start.
Another run here with Benson.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
On the give, it's Benson.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey Benson, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings 21.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. In motion right is Addison. They'll start on the ground with Shipley.
And it gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's McCarthy.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Come on. Ready.
A give. Here comes Benson. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Let's go now.
Up the middle they go. Stovall. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Ready. Cougar 19. Let's go.
Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down. Now our first carry here for the running back. And he'll take this one from that 4 up to the 40.
This offense so far on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air with McCarthy. That is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Ready?
A handoff here to Benson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go. Next.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
It's 4th down.
And this one is right through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though,
They were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
23 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Here's Johnson with a reception. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To the air again, McCarthy. And now here's another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation.